Good afternoon. So today we are going to discuss very important topic, that's phonetics, right? Phonetics is the branch of linguistics. Linguistics. What is linguistics? That's the scientific study of language, not one language. Language is a coding system, language as a whole, and phonetics is one of the branches of linguistics. And phonetics is as it is made with phone, and phone is what? That's the sound. So that's the scientific study of sound, right? And which is very important topic nowadays. Why? Because this is the global village, that language is being changed frequently. We meet, we are in the internet, social media, and so many languages are together, and that's why we have to understand the clear pronunciation, which is very, very, very important, right? So there are, what happened, that for example, enough. Enough, in this case, GH is pronounced as fur. Physics, in this case, PH is pronounced as fur, and fickle, in this case, F is F. So question arises that when to use GH for fur, when to use PH for fur, and when F, right, should be used. Again, another example, for example, sure, here S is pronounced as sure, and sip, S is pronounced as sir. There are number of examples where we come to know that lot of confusion in pronunciation. For example, if I tell you that some of the words like, for example, like cliche, right, like niche, in both the words here, CH is pronounced as she, cliche, and in this case that is niche. Again confusion, right? Very much important. That's a sound. Sound is, its sound is not rendezvous, its sound is rendezvous, and that is written this way. That's a that is written this way, that rendezvous. And what is rendezvous? Rendezvous is the meeting place, right? So how to pronounce, that is very important. So I am going to tell that just one thing, that is how, that that how many letters are in English? There are 26 letters in English. Let us see what are they. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Here 5 vowels, 26 letters, and 26 letters are divided into 21 consonants and 5 vowels. What are they? A, E, I, O, and U. These are the vowels, right? But problem is that B is B, because B is pronounced as same, but C is cut. Who has cut? There is. So I am telling you that please keep in mind here, that's the IPA symbols. Who has given IPA symbols? First let me know that. IPA symbols are very important, and you have to understand the significance of IPA symbols. So I am just telling you that what is IPA symbols. IPA symbols. IPA symbols. IPA symbols is IPA symbols, right? IPA symbols, International Phonetic Alphabet, which are known as internationally. For example, that's in India, in Hindi, एक आदमी को हम आदमी कहते हैं. आप इंदौर में नखराली ढाणी है, वहां आप जाओ तो लड़कों के लिए जो चार्जेस लिखे हुए हैं वो डाबर है. और ऐसे हर लैंग्वेज में आदमी के लिए अलग अलग वर्ड्स हैं. और इट इज सेड दैट एवरी 15 माइल्स लैंग्वेज चेंजेस. हर 15 माइल्स में लैंग्वेज चेंज हो जाती है. तो कितना कंफ्यूजन होगा, क्योंकि लिसनर आपको समझ ही नहीं पाएगा कि आदमी मीन्स क्या. एंड मैन इज इंग्लिश एंड इंग्लिश इज नॉट कॉमनेस्ट लैंग्वेज because the most spoken language is Mandarin. But yes, at the same time English has become global language, and that's why here we are discussing English IPA symbols. Actually these are English IPA symbols, right? So here what happened, that all phoneticians, they came in one common platform, and then they have given symbols, and that symbol directly corresponds with the same sound. That is how many symbols they have given? 44 symbols. Because according to them, that a human being can pronounce in English 44 sounds, any human being from any corner. And now these sounds are universally known. For example, I was giving you man, admi, right? So that every language has its one vocabulary for man. But that is similarly like man, common आदमी और man के लिए common और universal name is Homo sapiens. Everyone would understand because Homo sapien is a common name universally. That is for man, that is used. Similarly, English IPA symbols are common for, that is recognized universally, common. So that I gave you example of all alphabet, right? For example, some of the symbols are accepted as it is, but some of the symbols have new symbols have been introduced. For example, if we see that, let us start with A, B, C, D, E, है ना, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. आपको पता है, you know that all letters, 26 letters are divided into two categories. One is 21 consonants and 5 vowels. But then C, for example, these are the A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels, 5 vowels. But if we talk about consonants, so B is pronounced as B in all the cases. But C is not pronounced. Sometimes C cute. So C is pronounced here is K, and sometimes C is cinema in case of cinema. Same letter is pronounced as S. So they have cancelled it. But D is accepted because D is pronounced as it is. F is pronounced as it is. G is same. H is same. J, K, L, M, N, O. Again Q is cancelled. Why? Because Q is sometime Q, right? And sometime because again K ka sound is being mingled up, and that's why they have cancelled Q, right? And here X is also cancelled. So some of the new words have been introduced. I am telling you what are the new words. Let's see. New words are, for example, new words are what? For example, this is the, and this is je, and this is the. For example, judge, judge. That is the example of judge, right? And for this is the example of pleasure, pleasure. That's the example of pleasure. That's a play. This is an example of pleasure. A, je, pleasure. Right? This is an example of pleasure. So here this S is pronounced S like this, pleasure. And another example is zip. Zip. That's an example of zip. Have you noticed one thing, that what is this? This is called phonetic transcription. Phonetic transcription. Transcription, right? Phonetic transcription. And there is rule for phonetic transcription. Whenever you change or transcribe the word, it should be written in, that's a square, this square, and then it inside the square you have to write. And second thing is that no cursive writing is used for phonetic transcription, and always small letter is used for phonetic transcription. You must have noticed here in zip, that should not be the correct writing. So what we have to write this way, that's a zip, right? So these are the rules. Now these are the three examples. These two symbols, new symbols, have been accepted, have been invented for pronunciation. Another some of the sounds I am telling you, that symbols have also been invented, also come under 44 sound. What are they? I am telling you. First, let me discuss about the we can start it with vowels, right? So what are the vowels? I am telling you. Wait a minute. Vowels are what? Vowels are, first of all, do you have any idea about the difference between vowels and consonants? So vowels and consonant, that's a correct sound is vowels, not vowels, it's vowels. And consonants, consonants cannot be spoken without lock. And vowels are also called oral sound or constructive sounds. Why? Because they are used for making any word. For example, pen, P-E-N, E is there. For example, board, B-O-A-R-D, O is there, A is there, right? For example, chip, C-H-I-P, chip, right? So if you notice each and every word, it cannot be a less words. For example, rhythm. In the case of rhythm, no vowel is used here in the here. So very less words which are made up without help of vowels. Otherwise, vowel is used in almost every word. When you make word, when you form a word, it cannot be made without help of vowels. Very important. And that is why vowels are known as constructive words, right? And I have written here, that is oral sound. So these are the oral sounds. How? If you pronounce A, E, I, O, U. You must have noticed that every time my oral part was open, A, E, I, O, U, and that is why these all are called oral sounds. But again, according to English, there are 26 letters, but I have told you that phoneticians have given how many sounds? 44 sounds. Here, please take a note. These are the letters, but these are the sounds or IPA symbols, right? What IPA symbols? International Phonetic Alphabet, which are known internationally, everywhere common. So they don't talk about 26 letters because of confusion. I gave you example enough. Fickle, फिजिक्स, है ना, in all the cases GH is F, PH is F, confusion, and that's why finally they have given some common words, symbols which have direct correspondence. For examples, what are they? Just see. 44 English IPA symbols. IPA symbols. What are they? Let's see. That these are again categorized into two. That's a vowel and vowels and consonants. Right? Vowels are, that is again divided into two parts. How many vowels are? 20 vowels. And how many? That's a 20 vowels are there, and then 24 consonants are there. Vowels are again divided into two categories. One is called monophthongs, and another one is called diphthongs. That is called diphthongs. How many monophthongs are there? So that is 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. So I'm just giving you one or two examples, and in next session we are going to do the detailed study of IPA symbols, right? For example, matra, vowels are used for matra. So that's this one and this one. This is छोटी ई की मात्रा and this is बड़ी ई की मात्रा. कैसे लगाते? देखिए, आपने लिखा सिप, तो सिप ये छोटी की मात्रा. आपने लिखा सी, तो आपका प्रोनाउंसिएशन इज दैट्स अ बड़ी की मात्रा. ये सिप है और ये सिप है. दिस इज सिप, दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सिप एंड दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सी. दो सी होते हैं, ये वाला सी भी और ये वाला, पर इसका फोनेटिक ट्रांसक्रिप्शन कॉमन. तो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में अब हम डिटेल में स्टडी करेंगे आईपीए सिंबल्स की, which is very, very useful to improve your pronunciation, right? Thank you so much.